Welcome to Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. I'm going to break up this chapter into logical groups so that it'll be easy to extract the meaning and understand how we can apply it to our everyday life. I'm also going to add a section in the description of all my videos with a list of references. These are only 2 books I'm holding, but I do have several books that I read and also many online references here and there. So that's all going to be listed in the description. The Gita came straight from the mouth of Bhagavan Krishna at the onset of this great war called Mahabharata. Now, the Mahabharata war was fought by cousins. One side of the war were the Pandavas. They were 5 brothers, Yudhishthira being the oldest on the Pandava side. And the other side were the Kauravas. And Duryodhana was the oldest among the Kauravas. The seed for the Mahabharata war was probably planted way before the Pandavas and Kauravas came into play. Dhritarashtra was father of Duryodhana and Pandu was father of the Pandavas. Dhritarashtra was the older brother and Pandu was the younger brother. So as per the royal tradition, Dhritarashtra would have been the king when the time came. Unfortunately, Dhritarashtra was born blind, so that disqualified him to be the king. Therefore, Pandu became the king of the kingdom, Hastinapur. Everything was just going fine, and Pandu was a mighty king. Something very unfortunate happened in Pandu's life, for which he had to go to the forest along with his wives for a certain time period so that he could do some sacrifice. And therefore he handed over the kingdom and the crown to Dhritarashtra and then took off to the forest. Yudhishthira was born to Pandu and Kunti while they were in the forest. And after that, Duryodhana was born to Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. So technically, even though at this time Dhritarashtra was the king, the original king is Pandu, and his oldest son, Yudhishthira, would be the crown prince and eventually get the throne when the time came. Time went by, and the 4 other Pandavas were born while they were still in the forest. And then in Hastinapur, Gandhari and Dhritarashtra became parent of 99 other children. So in total, the Kauravas were 199 brothers and 1 sister, and there were 5 brothers on Pandava side. Pandu lost his life in a very tragic incident while still in the forest. After Pandu's death, a wife of Pandu, Kunti, returned to the kingdom with the 5 children. And therefore, they all now grew up in the same palace. When the time came, they went to the same Gurukula and they had the same Guru. We can very clearly see here the problem brewing, because Yudhishthira, being the oldest son of the king Pandu, should become the crown prince and the king of Hastinapur when the time came, because Dhritarashtra was just filling in for Pandu. However, now that Dhritarashtra is the king, he doesn't want to give up his crown and he wants his son, oldest son Duryodhana, to be the king. So that is the root of the problem.